Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. You have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer that was sent to me by Steve, so thank you very much, Steve. This beer was brewed in Duncan, BC. It's from Red Arrow. It's the first beer I've ever had from Red Arrow. This is their Piggy Pale Ale, and it says down here, Piggy, Piggy, please. Just doing some quick looks before I show you the front. 5% alcohol. Fun-filled beer. Our beers are crafted to be intriguing and untamed, just like us. Red Arrow Brewing Company, Piggy, and then this big long spiel. I'm not going to go through the big long spiel, but the Piggy's holding a rugby ball and wearing a rugby shirt. That makes me happy because I love me some rugby. Gotta save this cat for the fridge. Like I said, never had a beer from them, so the cap has not been a little bit of water in the innocent gun glass. Okay, so there you go. Oh, what is that? That's like bronze. Filtered, I can see my hand all the way over here. See it wiggling. I can see it wiggling. Bright white head. A little bit of a snap, crackle, pop. Not much. It's a nice looking beer. Smell. Okay, you know what? It smells more like an English pale ale than anything else. Caramel, molasses, a little bit of earthiness and that copper coin smell. Doesn't smell bad, but not what I personally would expect from a pale ale or IPA, any pale ale at all from BC. Everything I usually get from BC is usually a lot more hop forward than this is. Let's try it. Cheers, guys. Okay. About a medium-bodied beer. About medium-bodied. But, in all truth, it's pretty lackluster. I've had English pale ales from England, of course, that were made by big companies like Marston and stuff that have a lot more flavor than this. Companies that are more known as like regional brands, some more your everyday, everyman beer that has more flavor than this. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. It just means that this doesn't really stand out in a world of pale ales. Is it a pale ale that I could see myself drink a shitload of? Sure, under the right circumstances, I could see myself drink this until the cows came home. Like, there's nothing wrong with this beer. That being said, is it a beer I would go out of my way to find? Probably not. But I could see this being a pale ale I could drink with, say, my in-laws, or my father, or my uncle, or anyone else that just drinks the bigger brands. A little bit of that caramel flavor, a little bit of a roastiness to it. Then dirt and twigs, like your usual English hops, and the finish, like you're sucking on a penny. That copper coin, that copper tinny, almost blood-like flavor. All of them pretty muted, though. I mean, as of right now, there's nothing left on my tongue. It makes the beer a little moreish, as you want to drink more of it, but at the same time, it makes the beer so that it, like I said, is kind of lackluster in that it doesn't have anything that really makes you come back. Is there a problem with the beer? As I said, no problems at all. There's nothing wrong with the beer. Is there... what else could I say? There's nothing wrong with the beer. But is there anything that would turn me off of the beer? Again, no, nothing's wrong with it. Anything that makes me excited about it? No, but there's nothing wrong with it. Is there any reason for you not to try it? No, even if I hated the beer, I'd tell you to try it. You know what? I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to rate this beer a 5.5 out of 10 with an asterisk. And my asterisk is that it's not really a beer that is bad per se. It's not a beer that is anything. It's just a beer. It just has a little bit of flavor. It's easy drinking. It's wet. It's a lower ABV, so you could drink a bunch of it. It has a cool bottle. It's a cool little beer. It has a great little label. It has a great bottle cap. But it's I've had over 3,800 beers. It just sits there in the middle. And the reason the asterisk is there is it's probably worth a 6.5 to 7. But I mean, when you're doing these things, right? For me personally, it's a mixture of my flavor expectations. One I'm actually tasting compared to my flavor expectations, what it costs, and where I think that it sits in value, and things such as that. So I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. I'm going to asterisk it at it's probably worth 6, 7, 5, or 7, but for me it's too boring to go and get very often, but I could drink it anytime somebody picked it up. Because if I give it a 7 with the way my rating scale goes, that means that I would buy it again, and I don't see myself ever buying this again. I see this being a mid-range beer that I could just share with anybody, and that's a good thing, but it's just not really up to where I would like it to be, and that's perfectly fine too. If you love the beer, I'm not dissing you. I'm not saying, oh my god, you're an idiot for liking the beer. Why do I have to say this on every fucking review? Why do I have to sit here and talk about this stupid shit? You like it, you like it. You don't like it, you don't like it. I don't mind it. I just find that in the 3,800 plus beers I've had, there's a lot of stuff out there that I enjoy more. But I love the chance to get to drink it. And you know what? Even though the beer to me is kind of boring, it's shown me that they can make a solid English pale ale. And what that tells me is that I would love to try the rest of their lineup. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Steve, for sending this beer out this way. Thank you, Red Arrow, for brewing it. And bye-bye.